Good afternoon. You're watching the midday news on Rajya Sabha television. I'm Ashwarya and these are the headlines. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh pays tribute to soldiers at Dras War Memorial in Jammu and Kashmir to inaugurate two bridge projects in Kathua and Sabha districts. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu underscores importance of independent and fearless journalism at centenary celebrations of literary genius Gora Shastri in Hyderabad. Also recollects contribution made by social reformer Shastri in media. Karnataka Speaker announces trust vote on Monday. Chief Minister Kumaraswamy moves the Supreme Court against the governor, setting deadline for the confidence vote. Flood toll touches 150 in Assam and Bihar. Over 1.15 crore people displaced in both the states. Administration braces against the likelihood of epidemic in Bihar. Prime Minister Modi assures delegation of Assam MPs of help in crisis. And PV Sindhu beats Japan's Okuhara to set up semi-final clash with China's Cheng Yai in Indonesia Open. In the ISSF Junior World Cup, Aishwarya Tomar bags Junior 3 positions to set world record. India tops medals tally. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh today visited the Kargil War Memorial in Dras in Jammu and Kashmir, and he paid tributes to the Indian soldiers killed during the Kargil War. Defence Minister is visiting Kargil as the Indian Army celebrates the 20th anniversary of Operation Vijay. Rajnath Singh also reviewed the security situation along the line of control in the valley. The Defence Minister was accompanied by Minister of State in PMO Jitendra Singh and Chief of Army Staff General Bipin Rawat. The Defence Minister will today also inaugurate two bridge projects on the river Uj in Kathua district and Basantar in Sabha district in Jammu division today. These two bridges are significant from the border point of view as well as connectivity for the locals here. This is Singh's first visit to Jammu after taking over as the new Defence Minister. And to mark Kargil Vijay Divas, border guarding forces like the ITBP and the BSF today launched a special series of programs. Now, this series will showcase the tales of bravery of soldiers as well as police as in the paramilitary personnel. The Home Ministry has directed that the celebrations to mark the 20th anniversary of the victory in Kargil in Jammu and Kashmir will be undertaken for the entire week all along the formation of these forces. The events will continue till 27th of July. And Army Chief General Bipin Rawat also visited Dras sector in Jammu and Kashmir on Friday, and during the visit he was briefed by the General Officing Commander Fire and Fury Corps on the prevailing situation and operational preparedness in the sector. General Bipin Rawat also interacted with the soldiers deployed on the line of control. The Army Chief was accompanied by the General Officer Commanding-in-Chief Northern Command. And recalling the valor and sacrifice of troops who fought in Operation Vijay in this sector in 1999, he exhorted all the ranks to execute their assigned tasks with the same josh, vigor and responsibility. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi has invited suggestions from people for his Independence Day speech on 15th of August, saying that it will allow thoughts of the common man to be heard by the entire nation. In a tweet, Prime Minister Modi asked people to contribute their thoughts on the specially created open forum on the Namo app. He said that their words will be heard by 130 crore Indians from the ramparts of the Red Fort. Now, this is an opportunity for the public to be part of the Independence Day celebrations and contribute towards nation building, he said. And within minutes of his tweets, over 4,000 people reacted. And on to some political news now. The fate of the Congress-JDS coalition government in Karnataka remains uncertain as Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy missed the second deadline set by Governor Vajubhai Wala to prove his majority on the floor of the House. Now, with no decision on the trust vote, the Assembly was adjourned till Monday. The House will reconvene on Monday now to continue the discussion on confidence motion moved by Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy. Earlier, in his second letter to Kumaraswamy, the governor expressed his prima facie satisfaction that the government has lost majority confidence of the House. Meanwhile, the Karnataka Chief Minister also moved the Supreme Court on Friday, contending that the governor cannot dictate the Speaker to conduct the proceedings of the Assembly, which is debating the confidence motion moved by him. The Karnataka Congress also moved the Apex Court, contending that its 17th of July order on the resignation of 15 rebel Congress-JDS MLAs was coming in the way of the party issuing whip to its legislators in the ongoing trust vote.
Monday चर्चा रिस्टार्ट होगा और चर्चा के बाद सरकार का रिप्लाई होगा. उसके बाद वॉइस वोट एंड इफ नीड बी डिवीजन करके वोटिंग होगा.
We have written a letter to governor and also speaker. At least complete this confidence motion and put it for. We have demand and vote for also today. Somehow they have again postponed to Monday. We will wait up to Monday. I think Monday will be the last day for this Kumaraswamy's government. Thank you.
Goa Governor Mridula Sinha today called on Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi. The Prime Minister's office tweeted a picture of the meeting. Governors and Chief Ministers of various states have called on the Prime Minister after he assumed charge for a second consecutive term in May following NDA's win in the Lok Sabha elections. On to some other news now. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu has said the media, be it electronic, print or digital, needs to look up to stalwarts like Gora Sastry, who were a blend of commitment and also forthrightness, modernity and tradition. He said this while addressing a gathering at the centenary celebrations of literary genius Gora Sastry, organized by Veteran Journalists Association in Hyderabad. He also underscored the importance of the independence and fearless journalism, which is seen more in its absence today.
I feel truly honored to be here at this function to mark the centenary celebrations of a multi-dimensional writer, editor, whose sharp intellect and insightful analysis shown through in his editorials and articles is also his fictional work also fictional. Sri Govindu Ramasastri Garu, or Gora Sastry as he was popularly known to his readers, was a colossus of Telugu journalism and literature, who served as a fountainhead of inspiration to a generation of journalists and writers. He groomed many a journalist who went on to become famous in later years in the media landscape. Sri Gora Sastry, who had made a mark as a writer of short stories, forayed into journalism. Sri Kasa Subbarao Garu, one of the most revered names in Indian journalism and former editor of Indian Express at that time, took Sri Sastry under his wing. Sri Kasa, an astute idealist, austere idealist, was fearless and forthright and was an embodiment of commitment and rectitude. He would never influence the opinion of others and give his colleagues untrammeled freedom when it comes to expressing their views.
On to news on the ongoing budget session of Parliament, and the Lok Sabha passed a bill to expedite the process of appointment of chairperson and the members of the National Human Rights Commission on Friday. While introducing the Protection of Human Rights Amendment Bill 2019, the Minister of State for Home, Nityanand Rai, said that a changing in the legislation will help in protecting human rights effectively. The amendment provides for reduction in the tenure of chairpersons of national and state human rights bodies to 3 years from the current 5 years. It also stipulates that besides a former Chief Justice of India, a former Supreme Court judge can also become the NHRC chairperson. Similarly, a former High Court judge can become a State Human Rights Commission chairperson besides a High Court judge chief. And the bill also gives more administrative and financial powers to these bodies. The new bill provides for including the chairpersons of the National Commission for Backward Classes, the National Commission for the Protection of Child Rights, and the Chief Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities as the members of the NHRC. Members of several political parties participated in the discussion on the bill.
आयोग चाहे वह राष्ट्रीय आयोग हो या वह राज्य का मानव अधिकार आयोग हो, उसका कोई भी पद रिक्त नहीं हो, इसलिए सरलता के लिए, सुविधा के लिए और पद रिक्त नहीं रहे, इसके लिए पद पे नियुक्ति हो जाए अध्यक्ष का, इसके लिए इस प्रावधान को यहां प्रस्तुत किया गया है, लाया गया है। अध्यक्ष महोदय, इसी प्रकार का एचआरसी में भी है कि ठीक उसी प्रकार राज्य के मानव अधिकार आयोग में उच्च न्यायालय के मुख्य न्यायाधीश के अलावा उच्च न्यायालय के न्यायाधीश भी इस अध्यक्ष पद के लिए पात्र हो सकते हैं।
The fact is that the post of DG investigations of the National Human Rights Commission was kept vacant for a period of 3 years since 2014 until the Supreme Court hauled up the government for its failure to make an appointment. The bill should have provided for time-bound appointments, but it does not do so.
जो भी हमारे ये आयोग हमारे बन रहे हैं, इन बातों पर ध्यान दिया जाए। ऐसे को गाइडलाइन भी साथ साथ तैयार होना चाहिए, ऐसे रूल्स भी कुछ प्रकार से बनना चाहिए कि वो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को मदद करें।
This actually will open up a wide bracket of choices for the government, which in turn will have a potential of resulting in an unhealthy competition among the members of the serving judiciary and more politicization of the same.
I am opposed to this reduction of term of the Human Rights Commission chairman. I am also opposed that instead of Chief Justice of Supreme Court, you are allowing any judge of the Supreme Court. That will reduce the gravitas of the post of chairman.
Please bring this bill again. Let's have a more detailed discussion on it and increase the ambit of it so that it's strengthened, so no citizens of India ever goes without his issues unaddressed.
An orientation program was held for the newly elected members of the 17th Lok Sabha on Friday. Officials of the Lok Sabha Secretariat interacted with the members and informed them about various kinds of services and the amenities that will be provided to them. Queries raised by the members on various issues were also addressed. The orientation program, which was inaugurated by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on 3rd of July in Parliament House in Exi, has been organised by the Bureau of Parliamentary Studies and Training at the initiative of Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla. Union Ministers Amit Shah and Nitin Gadkari had addressed the newly elected members on 4th of July.
विषयों से संबंधित डिबेट हुई है, वाद विवाद हुआ है, संवाद हुआ है, वह सब आपको उपलब्ध हो जाएगा। तात्कालिक रूप से किसी विधेयक के ऊपर बोलना है या बजट या और किसी चीज के ऊपर आपको डिबेट में भाग लेना है, तो संदर्भ सेवा भी यहाँ उपलब्ध है। उस संदर्भ सेवा का कैसे उपयोग किया जा सकता है और कितना उपयोग किया जा सकता है, इसकी जानकारी भी आपको उपलब्ध कराई जाएगी।
And with the BJP gearing up for the organizational polls, Party President Amit Shah appointed Veteran party leader Manmohan Singh as the in charge of the panel to oversee the elections on Friday. Now, he will be assisted by Lok Sabha member Vinod Sonkar, former MP Hansraj Ahir and C.T. Ravi, Karnataka MLA. The organizational polls are likely to begin next month after the BJP's membership drive is over. In midday news, we'll take a very short break. We'll be right back with more news. Don't go anywhere.
Today we'll analyse the One Nation, One Ration Card scheme of the government.
We have been computerizing the PTS operations for quite a few years now. And this One Nation, One Ration Card of interstate portability is only a logical progression to the next level of enabling seamless public services in such an important scheme such as the PTS throughout the country.
You know, the main problem in a poor country for the people families is access to food grains at a fair price. If I get it all the time, no matter where I am going to work, I think it is good for me and the family.
Water conservation is the need of the hour, most critical. So rainwater has to be conserved. That is what exactly is the answer for tomorrow's water crisis.
राज्यसभा का इतिहास कहां से शुरू होता है? राज्यसभा का इतिहास 1919 की मॉन्टेक चेम्सफोर्ड रिपोर्ट में निहित है। इसे पहले काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट्स कहा जाता था, जिसका गठन 3 अप्रैल 1952 को हुआ था। काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट्स को 23 अगस्त 1954 से राज्यसभा कहा जाने लगा।
अजमेर से 14 किलोमीटर दूर है पुष्कर, एक प्राचीन तीर्थ स्थान। यहाँ है दुनिया का इकलौता ब्रह्मा मंदिर। पुष्कर में है विशाल पुष्कर झील। झील में कार्तिक पूर्णिमा पर करते हैं लाखों लोग पवित्र स्नान। लगता है एक मेला जिसमें है करतब खेल तमाशे। ऊंटों की दौड़, घुड़दौड़ है आकर्षण का केंद्र। रामायण और पद्म पुराण में है पुष्कर की कहानी। हर साल यहाँ आते हैं लाखों श्रद्धालु और देशी विदेशी सैलानी।
राज्यसभा में कुल कितने सदस्य हो सकते हैं? भारतीय संविधान के अनुच्छेद 80 के मुताबिक राज्यसभा की कुल सदस्य संख्या 250 से अधिक नहीं हो सकती है। वर्तमान में यह संख्या 245 है, जिसमें से 233 राज्यों और केंद्र शासित प्रदेशों के प्रतिनिधि हैं, जबकि शेष 12 को भारत के राष्ट्रपति द्वारा नामित किया जाता है।
The flood situation in Bihar and northeast India showed little improvement on Friday, even as over 1.15 crore people remain affected, while the death toll due to floods and rain-related incidents has now neared 150. The toll in Bihar floods climbed to 92, with 14 deaths reported from different marooned areas of the state in the past 24 hours. Relief and rehabilitation measures are running in full swing. Chief Minister Nitish Kumar launching a drive under which over 180 crore rupees were disbursed among the affected people through direct cash transfer. Altogether, 66.76 lakh people spread over 12 districts have been hit by the calamity. The Chief Minister also announced an ex gratia of 4 lakh rupees to the next of the kin of each deceased. And 11 people were killed in Assam on Friday, taking the toll due to floods in the state to 47. 48.87 lakh people have been affected in 28 of the state's 33 districts. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has assured a delegation of MPs from Assam of providing all the central assistance to the flood-hit state. Meanwhile, the southwest monsoon advanced into the remaining parts of West Rajasthan, thereby covering the entire country on Friday. Most regions in northern India except Delhi recorded light to moderate rainfall yesterday. However, it has been raining in Delhi since morning. The mercury and humidity levels rose in the national capital in the absence of rains yesterday. Meanwhile, heavy rains also lashed several parts of Kerala for the second consecutive day as the southwest monsoon intensified in the state after a period of lull. With the southwest monsoon intensifying, the IMD has issued orange and yellow alerts across various districts in the state. The Met Department has also forecast light to moderate rainfall in parts of Rajasthan in the next 24 hours as well. And the maximum temperatures in Haryana and Punjab hovered below the normal limits on Friday. Sports news now. PV Sindhu has entered the women's singles semi-finals of Indonesia Open. PV Sindhu will play the semi-final match against Chen Bai of China today. Sindhu earlier defeated Japan's En Nokuhara in straight games, 21-14, 14-7 in the quarterfinals, and Chen Bai defeated Zhang Ji of the US, 21-14, 21-17, 15-21 in the quarterfinals. And in more sports news, India made a record by winning gold in the men's and women's category in the Commonwealth Table Tennis Championship in Cuttack on Friday. The Indian team won the final match, defeating England 3-2, that is the men's team, and the women team defeated England 3-0 in the final match. The Indian women team won the gold for the first time in the history of the Commonwealth Games. And more good news from the sports front in the ISSF Shooting Junior World Cup. Aishwarya Pratap Singh Tomar clinched a gold medal with the junior world record in the final of the rifle 3 position event in Germany on Friday. After qualifying in the 4th place with a total of 1,171 points, Tomar with a score of 459.3 beat Zellenpecker of Hungary by 4.5 points for the gold medal. And India finished, in fact, the ISSF tournament on the top of the table with 10 gold medals, 9 silver medals and 5 bronze medals, and in total 24 medals. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Midday News. Thanks for watching.
The power of the structure is glorious.